Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to do a how to apply eyeshadow video for you guys because I am guilty of it along with many other YouTubers of creating eye looks for you and not really explaining how we're doing it or just the basics of how to apply eyeshadow. So for those of you out there who don't know or are struggling or can't seem to get, the eyeshadow perfect, or you end up looking like you have a black eye, I'm here to help you with that, hopefully today in this video, and to kind of clear up any questions or concerns, and then maybe that will help you guys follow along better with the videos in the future. So just to start off, if you're just starting out doing eyeshadow for the first time, or maybe you have a hard time applying it or you're not getting it right, I just want to say that these palettes here are actually very helpful. These are they're Maybelline New York palettes, and I think there's actually I think CoverGirl, don't quote me on this, I think there's a couple other drugstore brands that have these though, and they're just these little quads palettes that have, and they all say this one's for the base of your lid, this one's for the lid, the crease, and liner. So there's those out there for you. The only issue is once you start using them a lot, those words will start to fade away. So hopefully you're using it enough to where you can remember what's for what. On the back, you can't really see it here, but there's a little image of an eye. I know that you can Pinterest these as well, and it's just going to show you where colors should go. Another one of my favorite tools to use and to kind of recommend to people is a starter palette. And so for me, I love this, and this is one of my first palettes that I ever got, and it's the Naked Urban Decay Basics palette. And it has all these great shades ranging from light to dark. And so those are great lid colors, or if you don't want to highlight, you can put these two colors under the brow without having glitter, and that will still give you a highlight. And then also we have what I would use as a crease color, and that's Naked 2, and then we have Faint, which I would use in the outer crease, and then Crave. I don't really like using black eyeshadow a whole lot, especially for smoky eyes. I just think it's extremely harsh, so you'll see me using a lot of browns a lot to create a darker look. But so that's just another recommendation too. Another thing that you're going to see me use in this video is an eye primer, and I know maybe some of you may not have an eye primer, which is totally fine. If you have concealer, feel free to use that on your eyelid just to kind of prime your lid, and then also just set it with a setting powder or an eyeshadow that is close to your skin tone. So with all that said, let's jump right into the tutorial, and I will see you guys in just a moment. Bye guys!
Starting off with Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC, we're just going to go ahead and put this all over the eyelid. This is going to really help with setting your eyeshadow to last all day. It's also going to help with the pigmentation of the eyeshadow so it comes across clearly on the skin. And this is also really good for oily skin to really just help keep your eyeshadow set place all day, and you won't have to worry about it rubbing off throughout the day. And as you can see here in a moment, the right side of my eye is primed and the left side is not. Going into my Naked Basics palette, I'm taking WOS and this Morphe Fluffy brush. This does not have a name, I apologize, but it is from the 18-piece vegan set. We're going to set our primer with this shade, and it's just really close in skin tone, or a translucent shade will work as well. Going in with Kid from MAC, it's just going to be our transition shade. It's a really light, warm brown. And we're going to take the same Morphe brush that we used on our lid. And how this works is we want to apply the transition shade in the crease. So if it's easier for you, use the brush first without any color and just move the brush through your crease to get a feel for it. And I start out using light windshield wiper motions back and forth across the crease. To start to build color, I use heavier motions on the outside of the eye, working my way in lightly towards the inner corner to have the color fade. We're going to use many different shades of brown to create depth to the eye and have our eyeshadow blend seamlessly together. So now going in with Toasted Hazelnut and this lightly smaller crease brush from IT Cosmetics. I love this brush because it is small for the crease, it fits perfectly where I need it to, and it's small and dense and easy to blend. So what I'm going to do is I use the tip of the brush in this C-shaped motion that I'm pointing out to you right now to lightly feather the color in exactly where I want it. And when all the color is nearly buffed off of the brush, I use heavier windshield wiper motions, like I am right here, to blend these two colors together seamlessly. And I don't want to put this color all over the lid because I am going to go in with a lid shade, and I don't want my eye to look small and dark. I'm also going back in with this shade again just to go over it a few times to get to the desired shade that I'm looking for. And then taking that same fluffy brush we used on the lid prior to this, I am just taking that same kid shade and just going at the top of the crease and blending it down. And this really helps using the fluffy brush to blend everything out seamlessly. That's all an eye look is just blend, 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 blend. So after each step, that's what I like to do. And then once again, going back in and just building up that shade just a little bit more with the crease brush. And then blending that out once again. So now we're going to add the lid shade, and you want this on top of your eyelid. You don't want it above like I'm showing you here. And the way you can do that is look into the mirror and open your eye just a little bit, and you can see where you want it to stop. I'm taking this color Golden Glory, and this is from Morphe, and I'm taking a flat shadow brush. This is also by Morphe. And I'm just going to start patting this color onto the center of the lid, using gentle strokes to blend it back and forth into Toasted Hazelnut that we've already put on the outer corner of the eye. And at some points you may want to go back in with the color that you've already applied on the outer corner of the eye just to deepen and intensify it after we put the lid shade on. So once again, here I am taking that small crease brush and using Toasted Hazelnut and just blending the two colors together and deepening up the crease. And here we are with the blending brush from Morphe. Once again, just blended those colors seamlessly together. Taking my MAC 219 pencil brush, I'm going to be using this on the outer corner of the eye with the shade Faint. And what this is going to do is just create even more dimension to the eye and more transition shade. And this is just going from the outer corner of my eye up to my eyebrow, about halfway through the lid, but I'm aiming towards the eyebrow. And just creating more definition, working it into the crease and onto the lid just a little bit, creating almost an ombre effect, I guess you would say, going from the lightest to the darkest shade. So working from the inner corner to the outer corner. And then I'm taking this fluffy brush here. It's just an airbrushed shadow brush, and this I'm just using because it's clean and it's blending the eyeshadows out once again. So as you can see here, blended perfectly. Now doing the under eye, I like to do this to bring the look together, and I'm taking this Morphe flat shader brush, and I'm going back in with Toasted Hazelnut first. And I'm just using this and sweeping it right under my eyelashes and using it from the outer corner of the eye once again to the inner corner. Now going back with my MAC 219 pencil brush, I'm taking Faint, and I'm just connecting the top line of the eyeshadow where the eyeshadow is on the lid and connecting it, just swooping it down underneath the lash line, creating more depth there as well. And just blending that out, I'm going to be taking the shadow brush once more from IT Cosmetics. I love this. It's almost fanned out a little bit, as you can see, and it's not as dense as some of the other brushes. And the way that the fibers are, it just blends so easily, any eyeshadow. And then once again, going back through all the eyeshadow on top and just blending it all out to make it seamless. And then for a highlight, I'm using Nylon. I love this for a highlight. I'm taking a different flat shader brush, and I'm just applying this under the brow bone arch where the light naturally hits. And then once again, taking the shadow brush and blending that out as well. And then taking the MAC 219 pencil brush and applying this as well as the inner corner to really just open up the eye a little bit where the light would once again naturally hit. And then if you want to, you can apply mascara and lashes. I'm using IT Cosmetics. I'll list this down below. I don't remember exactly what it's called. I got it as a sample, and I used my Sally Hansen's eyelash curler, and I popped on some Ardell lashes. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you found it helpful in any way. If you have questions, let me know down below, and I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!